With new developments breaking on that front, we take you live to Tel Aviv and former Israeli ambassador to the U.S., Michael Oren. Ambassador, thank you for joining us. According to Iran state media, this senior Iranian cleric, Javadi Amoli, says that shedding the blood of Israelis and Trump is what is required of, quote, devout Shiite Muslims. How do you interpret this? Is this a new holy war of some sort?
Good to be with you, Liz. No, that's actually nothing new about that. We've been hearing the same messages out of Iran since 1979. This is a regime which literally every day since that time, 47 years ago, has sworn to destroy the state of Israel. And not just sworn it, has tried to carry out those threats by killing Israelis, killing Jews around the world in South America. So this is really nothing new about calling for a holy war to kill my people.
Yep. I mean, it is one thing after another over the past decades. But as we look at what's happening at different embassies across the Middle East, they are targets. We know we have lost servicemen that happen to be in Qatar. And so, I mean, obviously, it's a very touch and go situation. And some people are looking at this as sort of awakening lone wolves and sleeper cells.
Well, we have to be very vigilant. We know that Iran is the largest state sponsor of terror in the world. And it's terror against multiple targets, not just Israelis and Jews, but against Americans, trying to assassinate senior American officials, Mike Pompeo, John Bolton, and even the President of the United States. And I want to tell you that when I was ambassador, they tried to assassinate me in downtown Washington. So this is a regime that stops at nothing, including killing Americans, killing hundreds of Americans over the years in Iraq and Lebanon and elsewhere. It is the epitome of evil, this regime, and these operations by the United States, Epic Fury and our Roaring Lion, are absolutely necessary.
How big a mistake?
To rid our region and the world of this danger.
How big a mistake was it, and is it? Because they're still lobbing grenades of all sorts at all different countries in the region. Was it to attack the neighboring Muslim countries? It's fascinating and quite a development that Qatar, which has in the past given shelter to Hamas, the terror group that's been funded by Iran, that Qatar is now very angry and upset. I mean, you've got Qatar intercepting Iranian bombers over their skies.
Not just intercepting Iranian bombers, but apparently tonight shooting back. And that is the first Arab state in the Gulf to shoot back, but I imagine others will be following very shortly. It is a boomerang policy. The notion was, the thinking in Tehran was that if you shoot at these Arab countries, their governments are going to turn around and pressure President Trump to end the war. And it turned out to be exactly the opposite. Not only are they not pressuring President Trump to end the war, they're joining the war. And so Iran has basically created another 16, 17 enemy states from when the war started. And we have to see what Great Britain does now that the Iranians have fired rockets and drones at the British base in Cyprus, and whether an attack on Cyprus and attack on Turkey will elicit a response from NATO, because both those countries are NATO members.
We have what could be, as we spin it forward, somewhat of a unique opportunity, dare we say, where something that the Israelis and America have hoped for so long, and of course the first Trump administration putting together the Abraham Accords, could this possibly be the start eventually of some type of really positive trade bloc and friendship between all of those nations, including Israel?
Definitely. And I am talking to friends here, friends in the Arab world, and we're all looking at this war, and it's a terrible war, as all war is terrible, but we're all seeing it as opening extraordinary historical opportunities. Think of what's going on tonight. If the Qataris are joining this battle, soon to be followed by the Saudis, the Emiratis, the Bahrainis, the Omanis, they're all joining with Israel and the United States, fighting an enemy Islamic state. And that, I don't think that genie gets back in the bottle. I think that we've created a different reality here. And just before the war broke out, we had the Prime Minister of India here, Mr. Modi, and we could see an arc of allied countries stretching from the Mediterranean to the Ganges River under a Pax Americana, a renewed Pax Americana. That would be an extraordinary and blessed outcome of this war.
Can you imagine peace in that region for once? Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but it's something we hope for. Ambassador, stay safe, and thank you for joining us live from Tel Aviv.
Thank you, Liz. Good night.